Okay. English vowels. Here we go. First, sorry?
Sorry. I was wondering. So you're going to explain the topic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a section of the topic, not the whole topic, and a very short summary.
Okay.
And that then we can apply to transcriptions. Yep. Yeah, it's topic 49 for us. Topic, I don't know for you, but the English vowels. Topic 7 for the secondary school. Okay, so English vowels. First of all, I'm going to draw something. What is this?
That's the
Pronunciation, the vowels.
Imagine
and
that
mouth.
this is a mouth. Yeah,
Nice tongue.
this is a mouth. So imagine that the tongue is somewhere here. Yeah, moving. Yeah. I don't want to draw the tongue, but the tongue would be somewhere here. Yeah. All this is the tongue. The tongue is much bigger than what we say. It's actually a super huge muscle. Yeah. So the tongue is movable. Sometimes we can go up, down, back. Yeah. So depending on the position of the tongue, also the lips. Sorry, I forgot to draw the lips. Yeah. The lips would be. Yeah, imagine these are the lips. Yeah. The teeth, upper teeth, lower teeth, and the lips. The lips also play a role. Yeah. When it comes to pronouncing vowels, not so much the teeth. Yeah. The teeth play an important role when it comes to consonants, not to vowels. Okay, so what are the sounds of the vowel sounds of the English language? So let me show you some of them. The most relaxed sound of the English language, the most recurrent vowel sound in the English language is schwa. How do you say schwa?
Swap.
How do you pronounce Where did you move your tongue when you said
Didn't move flat.
You just don't move it at all. Your tongue is absolutely relaxed. I don't notice any movement of my tongue. So we can say that schwa is here in the middle. Yeah, total relaxation. Okay, when you say tree, tree. Okay, look at me. Look at my mouth. You don't see my tongue moving inside, but at least you can see my lips. Tree, tree. What's happening? Tree. My lips are widening. So one feature of long E, as in tree, tree, is that your lips widen. But here I'm just describing the position of the tongue. The lips will be a different story for later. Tree, my lips widen, and what does my tongue do? From schwa to tree, tree. Where does the tongue go? Tree.
Where's the top?
Tree.
The tip of the tongue touch
Tree.
the eyebrow.
Peep. Tree. Peep. Tree. It goes up or down?
Up.
It goes up.
Yeah.
Be careful because when it comes to consonants, there is a very clear point of articulation. When I say thick, thick, there is a very clear point of articulation. That is the tip of my tongue. It's in contact with my teeth. Thick. When I say, I don't know, bob, bob. There's a very clear point of articulation, like bilabial, bob, because there is an obstruction of the air coming out. That's with consonants. However, with vowels, there is no obstruction of the air. The air goes out, flowing, with no obstruction whatsoever. Therefore, the point of articulation is more difficult to detect. You can notice a slight move of the tongue towards one place or another, but there is no point of articulation as such. Do you understand? So when you say E, tree, I would say that the tongue, according to what I would say, it's not only I say it, science says that in this graph, long E goes here. E. If you notice the frontal part of your tongue is somewhere closer to your palate. Yeah. E. Don't you feel it close? It's not touching. The tongue is not touching as with a consonant. Ta. If you say ta, the tongue is touching here. Ta. Or th. It's touching here. E doesn't touch anywhere, but it gets close to here, right? E. It gets it gets close to here. So in this graph, it would go here. If you say like fish, fish. It's very similar to tree, fish, fish. It's very near here, but not that close to the teeth or to the palate. I would say somewhere here. Well, science would say it's somewhere here. Fish, fish, fish. However, when you say another vowel, as in egg, 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 egg.
So it's also towards
Below
the front.
right?
Yeah.
I would say it goes there.
Yeah.
Egg, egg, There's another vowel which is this one. So it's like I said, Your tongue goes down. Yeah, it goes down a little bit.
Isn't it the same one? No. No, not exactly.
Not exactly. Not
What's the
exactly.
difference in the sound?
It's pretty much the same. Some authors use this, some authors use that, and according to the International Phonetic Alphabet, there is a slight difference. However, when it comes to transcription, the day of the exam, you just follow RP. Receipt pronunciation. They normally use this one. Yeah.
The one at the top.
Yeah, this one. Another one, for example, car. Let's say car. I want to buy a car with a British accent. Car. I want to get a car. Where does the tongue go? Does it get close to here, like E? Tree car.
Down.
Tree car. The tongue goes up or down?
Down.
Car. It goes down.
Yeah.
The tongue goes down. It doesn't get close to the palate. Car. And would you say it goes front or back? Car. Like a British posh person. Like the Queen. The Queen would say, let's buy a car.
Back. Right, it goes back. Right, from middle to
Back.
up. Yeah.
Very good. It goes low and back. So in terms of tongue movement, vowels can be front or back. And the tongue can go up or down. They also call them close and open. Close, when the tongue goes up, it's closed vowel. When the tongue goes down, it's an open vowel. So now with car, the tongue goes down and back. Car. Do you feel it in your mouth? Car. Compare it with tree. Car. Do you notice?
You fold it, right? When you talk.
Yeah, of course. Then not only does it go down and back, you also adopt a different position of the mouth, of the tongue. So it gets in different shapes and forms. All right, let's say boots, a pair of boots. Boots. Do you think the tongue goes to the front or to the back? Boots.
Front, right?
Well, your lips are protruded. Your lips are protruded, that's true. Boots. Your lips are protruded, that's a fact. But what about the tongue? Compare it with E. Three boots.
Middle.
The tongue is actually something like this. The boots, the tip is somewhere here. But the back of the tongue, it goes here. Boots. And the tongue goes somewhere here. It's more difficult to detect. Boo. So according to the classification, the tongue goes back and up. Boot. Don't you notice that the back of your tongue, not the tip,
It tips towards the
not the tip of your tongue. The tongue is a very big organ. It's not the
It's
tip.
just the middle.
It's the back of the tongue. Middle back of the tongue. So don't think about the tip of your tongue only. Think about the back of your tongue. The back of your tongue, boots. Get close to the soft palate. Yeah? Boot. O. If you say O, would you say it's closer to E or to U? O. It's closer to U. Yeah, it's closer to U. So the British O would be somewhere here. O. Don't you notice that O.
But this is like horse.
Horse, yeah.
Horse.
Yeah, the tongue goes back. The back of your tongue, not the tip. The tongue is very big. So when you say tree, the tip of your tongue is somewhere here. But now it's not the tip going all the way back, it's the back of your tongue somewhere here. Yeah? Okay, then very similar to sound to horse would be cot, or pop, pop, bop, bop, bop. It will be somewhere here. Actually, the symbol is like this. Yeah. Coffee, coffee, coffee. There's another U, foot. Yeah, foot. Not food, but foot. Foot. Don't you notice a relaxation of this? The tongue doesn't go that. When you compare food, foot. So it would be somewhere here. Food. And I think that's it. These are the sounds of the English language, the vowel sounds. Oh, no. There's another one. There's the back, and then cat. If you say cat. Somewhere here. Cat. I would say the tip of the tongue, it gets close to these ones. Yeah, the tip. Cat. But the middle, the central part of the tongue goes more this way. Cat. Somewhere there. So we can leave it like this for the moment. Yeah?
And we have the up.
Oh yeah, that's central. I would say that's central. Cop.
Yeah.
It's also in the middle.
And also there's another one, right? The long short.
They're all central vowels.
Does this have a name?
No.
The third one? No, it doesn't have a name. So this is the schwa and the other one is ash. Schwa, ash, and the other one? Does it have a name?
They don't have names. Well, this one has a name.
Yeah, that
Schwa.
one.
The rest of them, you
Ash.
just say.
No, that's called
This one has a noun?
Ash.
Ash. I call it
Inverted U.
Yeah, cup sound, some people.
cups. Yeah,
sound.
cups. Yeah, I just say the word horse. O as in horse. Yeah. E as in fish. E as in tree. As in cup. Yeah. I just say the words, but I actually only give a name to schwa. The rest of them I don't give them names, but it's true that I heard the name ash before. Okay, let's go on. So far so good? I'll take a... Do you have any reason? Yes, I do.
Is that a bit to scrap it and out?
Oh yeah, definitely. And then you spend it last when the classes finish, you're like,
To collect.
the students always
We're all packed.
So, what are the organs involved in vowels pronunciation? One of them, the most movable organ, is the tongue. How can you, the lips? The lips is another organ. The tongue and the lips are movable, yeah? Movable organs. Then, what else can you move? The soft palate, your palate. Let me draw a mouth here very quickly. Okay, this is a mouth. So the tongue is the most movable organ. Yeah, as we said before, the lips are also movable. The teeth are not movable; they're fixed, and they're important, especially important for consonants, not for vowels. Then this is the alveolar ridge, just behind your upper teeth, and it's hard. Then there is the hard palate. This is your palate, and this is a hard part which is not movable. But then, when you go back to your palate, this is what we call the soft palate. This part of the palate is soft. Ka. It's movable. You can move this. Yeah? You can move this part of your palate, you can move your tongue, and you can move your lips. Alright? When it comes to pronouncing vowels. Yeah? Now, so you can move your tongue, you can move your lips, you can move your soft palate a little bit. And another thing to do with vowels is the length. The length of the vowel. This is not an organ, yeah? This is not an organ, but it's an important factor when it comes to vowels. How long they are in terms of pronunciation. This is not an organ, but this is an important feature or quality of vowels. So when it comes to lips, your lips can be totally open, loose, medium, or closed. So openness, you can talk about lips openness. Sorry. Openness. Would you use a double N if you say openness? No?
I've
Openness.
seen it both ways, I think.
Yeah? I don't know. You can talk about roundness. Roundness of your lips. And you can also talk about spreadness.
Two N.
Openness, two N's. You can talk about roundness and you can talk about spreadness. Or spreading.
Spreadness.
Or spreading.
How about breath?
Spreading.
Like breath.
Spreading of your
Spreading,
lips.
yeah. But
So when it comes to lips, yeah, your lips can be open in different degrees. Your lips can be round in different degrees, and your lips can spread in different degrees. Lips, yeah, that's talking about when you talk about openness, yeah, your lips can be, I don't know, imagine that these are your lips, yeah, your lips can be open, totally open, like in O, holes, quite open, yeah, ah, ka. Your lips can be in a medium position, or they can be rather close, yeah, rather closed lips. So more close when you say tree, they're spread, yeah, they spread and they're rather closer. Tree, see, they're not that open, yeah, they're more closed, yeah. That is in terms of openness. In terms of roundness, they can be more rounded or less rounded. For example, when you say oh, they're rather round. When you say ooh, especially when you say ooh, boots, look at me, boots, I'm protruding, the word is to protrude. When you protrude your lips, boots, they're totally round, yeah? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but this is a factor, yeah? Roundness. And then spreading, yeah? The spreading of your lips. Again, the maximum spreading would be when you say tree, yeah? When you say tree, your lips, imagine this is a mouth, yeah? The lips are totally spread, yeah? It's almost like smiling, yeah? Tree. With other vowels such as schwa, yeah? There's no spreading whatsoever, yeah? When you say fish, very little spreading, yeah? Fish. The maximum spreading is with long E. Tree, horse, that's not spreading, horse, that's rounding. You see the difference between tree, spreading, and horse, rounding? So yeah, remember, rounding, spreading, and openness. Yeah, so your lips can be totally spread, they can be semi-spread. I'm not gonna write it down. They can be totally spread, semi-spread, yeah, or not spread at all, relaxed, as with schwa. Yeah, with schwa, the lips are relaxed. With E, your lips are totally spread, and with other sounds are semi-spread, like fish. There's a little bit of spreading, but semi-spread. Okay, those are the lips. The tongue. The tongue is what we have said before. Yeah, the collocation, the classification of sounds regarding the movements of the tongue. They can be, as we said it before. If you look at this picture, this is what we said before. The tongue can go up, or the tongue can go down, or it can go to the middle position. So in terms of tongue, yeah, it can be an open vowel when the tongue goes down, or a closed vowel when the tongue goes up, or a semi-closed vowel when the tongue is in the middle position. This is in terms of the tongue going up and down, yeah? Then in terms of the tongue going back and forth, the same. When you say o or ka, yeah? The tongue retreats, something like this, yeah? Ka. It goes back and down, ka. So a sound can go back, not only up and down, yeah? The tongue can also can be back. It can be a back vowel or a frontal vowel, yeah? Back or front. That is in terms of of tongue. So let me write it down for you. It can be back, centered, or front. Yeah? Back, center, or front. Back, center, or front. Depending on whether the tongue goes up to the front or to the back. And it can be also a high position, the tongue, mid position, or low position. This is the same as saying when the tongue is in a high position, is it an open or a closed vowel? I'm asking you.
You said it before, close.
Closed vowel.
Close.
Because you close the space. Yeah? It's a closed vowel. When the tongue goes to a low position, is it an open or a closed vowel?
Open.
It's an open, yeah? It's an open vowel. And mid, the same. Mid. Yeah? Mid. And that's it. That's it for the moment. Shall we continue? Yeah, nonetheless, this is more difficult for me because when it comes to consonants, I know exactly the point of articulation. When it comes to vowels, it's more difficult to determine, so you do need to memorize a little bit more. Okay, now, how many vowels are there in Spanish? 5. How many pure vowels are there in English? Pure, not diphthongs.
8.
More than 8.
10, I think.
More than 10.
11, I think. 12.
She's counting.
9, 10, 11, 12.
12, that's the number. 12. You were missing
Yeah, I was missing the circle. Yeah.
12 pure vowel sounds as compared to Spanish that only has 5. What are there? I'm gonna just write it down for you as a list. Yeah. So you have ah. A very easy way to remember them is to first say the Spanish vowel sounds. That's very easy. A, E, I, O, U. Only 5. A, U. And now out of this, you can just make out the English sounds without memorizing them. So which ones are similar to A? You have cat, A, and you have car, A. Those are 2 sounds. Then, out of egg, what similar sounds do you have in English? Egg, e. And the other one? Similar to egg, e. Not so much, not any. Similar to e. No, that's a special category. I'll come to it later. Similar to tree, e.
Fish.
E. Fish. And
Tree.
tree. As you can see, one of the reasons why they have so many vowels, more than twice vowels as in Spanish, is because they have pairs, yeah? Long and short. Similar to O, Spanish O, you have horse, or horse, and clock. O. Clock. O. Clock. O. That's another 2. Similar to Spanish U. Yeah, or boot, for example. Yes, boot, oo, and the shorter one, foot, put. This is the symbol. Put, oo, put. And then there's a vowel which is very difficult for Spanish people, which is schwa, the central vowel, the relaxed vowel. There's no correspondence in Spanish, so you just need to remember that. There is the central sound, relaxed central sound, schwa. And then when you make this stronger, remember when we drew the graph, what other sounds are also in the middle? Cups, cups, and and there's also this special sound which is it's difficult to place it. I would place it here. Yeah? Actually, the place of articulation is very similar to schwa. It just has more strength. Yeah.
It's longer.
And it's longer.
It's a bit longer, but it can be stressed.
And it's
no,
longer.
it can and it is stressed. It normally is stressed.
Now we can categorize following the parameters we said before. So, in terms of length, very simple. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short. long. So you have all the categorization in terms of length so easily, yeah, because of the pairs. Now, in terms of tone position, when you say ah, this is a long vowel, then in terms of tone position, ka, is it the tone in high, mid, or low position?
Low.
Low, so it's a long, low vowel. What else? Is it frontal or back vowel? Back.
Back.
So now you have three things to say about this vowel. It is long, it is low or open, and it is back, a back vowel. In terms of lips, what would you say? Ka, ka.
It's open.
It's open and it's
It's
Mid-spread.
mid-round.
mid-spread, you could say. Mid-spread, ka, ka, ka,
And medium
ka.
round.
Mid-round, mid-spreading. Mid-round, mid-spreading, I would say that. So as you can see, I haven't memorized any of this. I just do the sound, I know the parameters, and I put the pieces together.
That one is very good one.
Yeah, you just need to memorize the Spanish words. And then out of them,
Mm-hmm.
find out the 12 sounds. This is so easy. These correspondences are so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. This ones. These correspondences are so easy, and then you just need to memorize the central ones. Yeah, 3 central. Okay, this one. Just categorize some of them, but these apply the same parameters all the time. Length,
Long.
long length. Tone position, frontal or back?
Front.
Front vowel, long front vowel. Tongue position, high or low, open or closed?
High.
It's a high position, so it's open or closed vowel?
Closed.
It's a
Closed.
very closed vowel.
Closed.
The space is very little. You're closing the space to a minimum amount. So it's a long vowel, it's a front vowel, it's a closed vowel. And what else? In terms of lips, lips
Spreading.
are spread. Yeah, total spreading of lips. That's it. That's it. Let's do one more if you want to, but it's the same all the time. This one, in terms of length, short. Tongue is not, is the tongue is totally relaxed. So you don't say it's neither front nor back.
Is it a sentence?
It's relaxed, it's central, a central vowel, exactly. In terms of up or down, the tongue going up and down, is it closed? It's not closed, it's not open, it's just relaxed in the middle. In terms of lips, totally relaxed too. They're not spread, they're not rounded, they're just relaxed, everything is relaxed.
Neutral position.
Absolutely. So everything is relaxed. Tongue, lips, yeah, length. Let's do one more if you want to. It's a long vowel. Front or back?
Back.
It's a back vowel. Open or closed?
Open.
Well, depending on the position of the mouth. If you take into account the back of the tongue, it's closed. What do you think? The back of the tongue. The back of the tongue is closing. Next to the soft palate. The back of the tongue.
Yes.
The back, not the tip of the tongue. Not the tip. The back. The back of the tongue is getting very, very close to your soft palate. So, sorry, Nico, honey. So it's rather close, bearing in mind the back of the tongue. If you bear in mind the tip of the tongue, is in a low position. But you need to take into consideration the part of the tongue that is doing the most important action. And when it comes to the most important part of the tongue is the back of the tongue. So I would say it's rather closed. It's back and high. Back and high, or back and closed. It's a long vowel, it's a back vowel.
So it's wrong. This is an open and it's closed. So should we switch them?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes. No. Change this.
Ah.
Not the vowels. Yeah, that.
Yes.
When the tongue is up, it's closed because the space is very.
Yeah,
is very when the tongue is down.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, close. It's a long vowel. It's a back vowel and it's a closed vowel. And how about the lips? Are they spread?
No, round.
They're rounded. Exactly. That's it.
Good.
That's it. That's the way you classify all of them. We can continue all day, but I think you got it. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
The last one.
Eh.
Which one?
Eh.
This is more neutral. This is rather neutral. These two, especially this one, this is very neutral. Almost as neutral as schwa. Schwa is the most neutral sound. But if I had to choose another rather neutral sound, I would choose this one. Fish, fish, fish. Length,
Short.
very short length. When it comes to the tongue, going up or down?
A little bit up.
It goes up, but not so much.
A little.
Not so much. This one goes up. So there are many different degrees. When you say tree, it goes up. When you say fish, it goes up, but just a little bit. So you need to explain that. Yeah. When you say fish, when you say fish, it's front or back vowel?
Front.
It's front, but not as fronted as this. Is it an open or closed vowel?
Close.
Rather closed, but not as closed as this. Rather close, mid-closed. You can say mid-close. Mid-close, not totally close, mid-closed. When it comes to length, it's short.
Yeah, now I'm okay with this one. The other problem is you have to, when you mention the spelling, coordination with the sound. So for example, with the sound E, long E, how many spellings can you have with that sound? That's another thing.
That's, you know,
That's another
there's
That's
typical
another story.
spellings, but then you can have, it can appear in many disguises, as I tell my students.
Yeah, that part you have to mention in the exam.
Do you? I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes, that is the most difficult part for me because I can.
Okay. One thing that
We understand each one separately, but
Yeah, you should give some
problem is
examples.
To put them in system in.
you should provide some examples. One of the things that they ask in the topic that I have, one section is the comparison to the Spanish vowels, how to teach and solve problems.
Okay.
So comparison, thanks to the classification, we already have the comparison, Spanish and English system. So in one of the sections of your topic, you need to compare. This is a very good way to compare them. You know, the similar sounds in Spanish and the similar sounds, the correlatives in English. What are how to teach?
Sound.
Sorry.
In Spanish, they are the 5 sounds.
The 5 sounds, 5 vowels, 5 sounds. In Spanish, Zoom, the correspondence is super easy. In Spanish, we have 5 letters and 5 sounds.
Okay.
1 letter, 1 sound. 1 letter, 1 sound. 1 letter, 1 sound. 5 letters, 5 sounds. Super easy. In English, however, 1 letter, many sounds.
Yes.
Or 1 sound, many letters. So that is one thing that I for sure would mention here. In order to compare the English vowel system and the Spanish vowel system, I would totally mention that. The very easy correspondence between grapheme and phoneme, those are the specific terms. There's a high grapheme phoneme correspondence in Spanish. There is a total grapheme phoneme correspondence in Spanish. In other words, there's a total correspondence between letter and sound. Letter, sound, letter, sound. In English, however,
In Spanish, I think we also have long vowels
depending on the word, depending on the articulation, but
But I mean,
those
they
are
not-
allophones.
They're not as confusing.
They are allophones, Maribel. In
Ah.
Spanish, they're called allophones.
Allophones,
So they have only 5 phonemes. Phonemes are the normative sounds.
Okay.
Then, depending on the realization in Spanish, they can get a little bit longer, a little bit shorter,
Okay.
but they are not considered phonemes. They don't change the meaning of words. They don't change. When in English, however, if you say ship or sheep, ship, sheep, it changes the meaning of word. One thing is a vessel, and the other thing is an animal. So that's why these two are phonemes. In Spanish, the variations of this are not phonemes because they don't change the meaning of words. They are just allophones. Allophones. Phonemes and allophones. So, so I would mention in this section of the topic comparison with Spanish, how to teach and solve the problems. I would mention that there is a very nice correspondence between letter and sound in Spanish. That correspondence doesn't exist in English, and I would come out with some activity in order to practice that. I would say practicing with minimal pairs, ship and sheep.
Yeah. I was
That's
about to mention that.
minimal
sheep and
pairs.
sheep and minimal pairs.
Minimal pairs, sheep or sheep, fish and fish. I don't know if fish doesn't exist. That's not a minimal pair, but come out with minimal pairs as an idea to explain that.
No, but cat and cart, for example.
Things like that. Things like that. Because that is difficult for Spanish people, especially difficult for Spanish people. What else do you think would be difficult for Spanish people? The length, for sure.
Yes.
The length for sure. And then the point of articulation, sometimes it's also,
Schwa.
yeah.
The
This
central-
one's,
the
this
central
one's,
vowels.
Because the schwa,
Exactly.
you don't have that one in
a
Spanish.
correspondence, so that's something I would
The
mention.
central vowels.
That's something I would mention
And
too.
also-
Here, for these sounds, they have a reference in Spanish, so they just go for the Spanish sound because they have a reference. So it doesn't matter if it's ship or sheep, they just say E all the time. So minimal pairs here to practice. But this would be a great difficulty because it doesn't exist. When they say love or money or I don't know, cup, they just see the letter O in love and they say love. Yeah? I don't know. When they say cup, I don't know. They say O or A. And so in order to teach it, I emphasize it's not O, it's not A, it's A. Yeah? Now repeat after me. Drilling. Drilling and clarifying that
We
it's not the
should probably
same.
mention as well the stressed syllables, and say that usually the schwa and the ash, right, are
Mhm.
not usually stressed.
Exactly. Also the rhythm, that's the next section. The rhythm.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
How could you fit in diphthongs into this?
There
Is
are,
it in this topic?
it's in the topic, it's another
Okay,
section.
Okay.
It's another section, but diphthongs are made of this.
Of course.
It's a
yeah.
glide of two sounds. So once you know the 12, the 12?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Once you mention the 12 pure English vowel sounds, you can construct all the diphthongs, yeah, with them.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can mention them later. I will mention them later for you. Okay, so yeah, mention.
I thought that you were finished.
No, so mention all the differences between English sounds and Spanish sounds. So I think for Spanish people it's especially difficult, what we said before, the length, short and long, these sounds that don't exist in Spanish, the central sound, they don't have any correspondent to use, and I would say that those are and then the grapheme phoneme correspondence. The grapheme phoneme correspondence is such a challenge for Spanish people. And that's it. Okay, next section. Faster so I can get that. Now another thing to do, another point is strong and weak vowels. Strong, you know that when you mention all this, it's very important to always mention how to teach it, because giving just the theory is nice. You can give them a list of all the sounds. You can give them a list, a definition of what a strong sound or what a weak vowel, a weak sound is. That's great. You will get points for that. But then if you don't explain how to put that into practice in the classroom, ideas to teach that in the classroom, ideas to use that in the classroom, you wouldn't get the extra point.
That
Yeah?
should be done in
That-
the conclusion, right?
You can do that in the conclusion, but in this topic, you could do it all the way through as well sometimes. But I just explained the correspondence because one section is the correspondence of English sound and Spanish sound. So it's perfect to say something about the difficulty for Spanish people. But generally speaking, yes, you can say that in the conclusion as a section. Okay, so how would you compare the rhythm of English and the rhythm of Spanish? How is it different for you? The rhythm in English and the rhythm of Spanish. The rhythm.
English has more musicality, whereas Spanish has a flatter intonation.
That's absolutely right. How would you call the musicality in the English language as compared to the flatness of the Spanish? That's another way. That's a beautiful way to say it. English has more musicality. Spanish is flatter.
Pitch, right? Is it pitch?
Not exactly.
It's about different stress on some vowels, or sorry, some syllables compared to others.
English is a stressed time language. Stressed timed language. As different as compared to Spanish. Spanish is flatter. What does it mean that English is a stressed timed language? It means that there is a huge difference between weak forms and strong forms as compared to Spanish. This is what I always, and this is another thing that you could say in order to apply it in the classroom. When I explain it to my students, I say English sounds like this. Ta, 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 ta. So there's a huge difference between stress sounds and unstressed sounds. This is schwa most of the time. Some schwa, yeah, schwa, and then strong sounds here like horse, I don't know, caps, cat, you know, nouns. Typically, what words are stressed? Car. What words are typically stressed in English?
Long.
The long vowels, but what words?
As you mentioned, nouns and verbs.
Content words.
Yeah,
Nouns, verbs,
Adjectives.
adjectives, adverbs. So content words typically get the stress, and they're typically long in length. But for example, this one is not long vowel in length, and it can also be stressed. And yeah, and typically, what words are typically not stressed in English?
Function words, is that the way they call them?
Function words. Function words, in other words, little words. You can also call them little words. Those are prepositions, articles, pronouns, prepositions, articles, pronouns. My students laugh at me, the basic ones, when I say this. Blah blah blah. Give it any sentence ending in this. Ta. So give it to her, and they're like ta, because a Spanish person would say tu her because they have 5 sounds. Tu her it's not in English it's schwa and schwa ta. Give it to her. Come on, give it to her. Ta. And they're like ta, mocking me, but it's true. It's schwa and schwa ta, because these are not content words. These are function words. Schwa most of the time. So this is a straight time language. This is something you should mention in this section.
I think in that type of with linking, because you have the linking between the preposition and the object pronoun. So in reality, I agree with Jesus. It does people a bit of a schwa. It's to her.
Yeah, I'm going to explain that too.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain
But
that.
in case that someone asks who, it's a how.
You mean
But
the
in that
difference
case, when you
when it is
Yeah, but
true.
only if there's emphasis. Only if there's emphasis. If there were no emphasis,
using
then I
now?
agree that it would be a weak form.
why are you using now?
That is exactly the next point that I'm going to explain. Yes. Yeah.
Another remedy.
Normatively speaking, yeah, I need
What's that?
the combination of seawater and honey is the best. But not only honey and lemon. Not only seawater with aloe vera and chamomile. 100% natural though.
Good.
Okay, so yeah, normatively, yeah, and generally speaking, it's a ha. Yeah, but there are cases in which these little words or function words can be stressed. Okay, let me erase this. What I don't like about this whiteboard is that whenever I erase it, it moves away.
It's no break.
No, unfortunately. Okay, now strong and weak vowels. So we just said that function words typically are always weak unless we want to emphasize them. So, for example, words, little words such as the article a, and, to, that, off, from. Yeah. Normally, unless for some specific reason you want to emphasize them, normally these words will always be weak. So, schwa, and, to ha, yeah, to ha, that, off, from. Where are you from? Where are you from? It's always schwa, most of the time, unless for some reason, in context, some specific context, you want to emphasize it. If you want to emphasize this, you could say a. I saw a car. I saw a car. Yeah, I saw a car. You can emphasize it if you want to, but normally it would be a. The same with this. And I saw a car. Sorry. And yeah. And blah blah blah. You can emphasize it if you want to. Let's go to the supermarket. To the supermarket. Or to the supermarket. You can emphasize it if you want to. That is the most expensive car I've ever seen. Or you can also say sometimes the, or that. There are a lot of variations here. But normally it would be just a schwa. Yeah? The, off, the same. You can say off, emphasize it with an O. From, you can emphasize it with an O. From. But normally, unless for some specific reason you want to emphasize it, it will be always weak. Okay.
So the be transcribed as long E.
Yeah.
Or a short E, or as short E or E, yeah?
I would say, to be honest with you, this one for sure. The. And then one of this, it depends on the speaker.
Okay.
I would say this one.
Because sometimes there is a very slight difference, right, between E and E.
Very
For some
slight.
speakers, that's right. Some
Very
speakers
slight.
not like
Depending
that.
on the speaker, they can move
Yeah.
to one spectrum or
Right.
the other. I would say the most normative one is this one. The. And the most common one, this one. The. All right. Shall we continue?
Mm-hmm.
Strong and weak vowels. Again, always mention this is especially difficult for Spanish people because when they see one letter, they say one sound. They're not used to use the weak sound. Weak sound, schwa. They're not used to it. They need practice, drilling, minimal verbs, repetition, listen and repeat. Okay, now diphthongs. How many diphthongs do we have in the English language? Diphthongs?
8. Right?
So, train. A, train. Bike. I. Boy. Oi. Mouse. Ow.
Wrong animal.
Mouse. Phone. O is like this, with a schwa at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Phone. Here, come here.
Yeah.
Here. Notice there is a schwa in the second position. Yeah? Here.
It's there. Yeah.
Bear, the animal, the bear. Oh, that's a bear. Bear. Something like this. Bear. Poor. 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 I don't know what word I'm saying at the moment. I know I'm saying the sound
You say?
Yeah, poor.
Poor. Poor. Poor.
Poor.
Tourist.
T. Let's go on a t. Okay. Let's go on a t. T. To the city. Do you want to go on a t? T. T. This is especially true for RP. Yeah, especially true for RP. In American, there might be some variation. Okay, then I would say, yeah, these are the diphthongs. I would point out a definition of what a diphthong is. What is a diphthong? A quick glide of two vowel sounds. Yeah, a quick glide.
A glide.
Glide.
Nice.
A quick glide of two pure vowel sounds together. You pronounce two vowel sounds together in a quick glide. That is a diphthong. And then I would mention the similarity with Spanish, and I would say that they're quite easy, at least some of them. A, I, oi, ow, o. They're quite easy for Spanish people, yeah, to do.
And triphthongs, right? There's not triphthongs.
Let's talk about triphthongs now.
Triphthongs.
Triphthongs. Let's talk about triphthongs. Then triphthongs. I'll give you some words. You tell me what a triphthong is. If I say hour, what is a triphthong?
A, U, and schwa. Well, they're always with a schwa, right? The sound is a schwa, right?
Yeah, but not always.
Not always?
Not always. Hour. If I say fire.
Fire.
Higher. When the diphthong is like this is not a schwa. Like bike.
The schwa is at the end.
The schwa's at the end.
The schwa is at the end.
Yeah.
However, here's at the beginning.
Okay.
Hour. So be careful. Hour. Ow is with schwa. I is not with schwa.
Hour is at the beginning, it's not
Hour.
hour.
It's a schwa.
No, but the first one is an hour.
Yeah, and this is an a. Fire.
No, but
Fire.
for hour,
It's
hour,
no
hour.
It's
I would
not
say
a.
it's an sound.
It's
The
an
first one,
a.
right?
I think in RP you might be right. The problem is that we all pronounce like Americans now.
Hour. Search it.
Hour.
Search the
We
word
got
I
hour.
don't know. I could be wrong.
Search it. Search the word hour. That is that one. It's hour. Schwa, you, schwa. Hour.
It's British.
Two phonetics.
Because you cannot put two schwa in one diphthongs.
See, here it appears.
Hour.
It's a schwa here.
No,
No,
British
it's
is
an British is Which one are you using?
British.
But which one? It's a
And what do you have?
you schwa.
Hour, then I'm wrong.
Yeah, there is
I'm
no
wrong.
two schwa.
Okay. Thank you for the correction. Thank you for the correction. Here we go. Hour.
But which part did you do? Which you do?
Normally I use Cambridge.
Look, I have this Look, this is called code trans edit. And then you have RP and General American. So if you want to see how an RP see, this is the R. Full trans edit.
We'll translate it.
And then
Yeah, but if the
Okay.
US is a diphthong.
let me find the American.
Thank you for the correction.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you for the correction.
For British it's a triphthongs, but for American it's the diphthong only.
No, it's a triphthong as well.
No.
It depends on where they look at this. With an R, with the R.
What is the word?
Because this is a different transcription. Where is this from?
Yeah.
I trust you.
Anyway, if I say player, what is the triphthong? If I say player, what is the triphthong?
Play,
Train.
Player.
Play.
Schwa. Yeah, there you go.
Ea.
Player.
Ea. Ea. If I say loyal. Loyal. Where's the diphthong? Loyal. I'm a very loyal person.
O-E-O.
Loyal person.
O-E-O.
You're totally true, because otherwise this and this would be the same. You're totally right. So this is loyal, oa, oa, and this is our, oa, our, oa, our. You're totally right. Schwa at the beginning is more like oh, oa, oa, loyal, loyal, oa, loyal. No, it's not loyal like that.
O-E. Oi.
Loyal.
Oi.
Loyal, loyal.
Oi. Oi.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
No, you change the first one to
It's
O.
O.
And then E.
Really?
Yes. Oi. Like oi.
Like this?
Yeah, the short O.
Loyal, loyal.
Oil. So loyal.
It's okay now?
Yes.
It's okay now?
Yes. Yes.
Let me see.
Look.
Thank you for the directions. Loyal,
See?
loyal, loyal. Yeah, yeah, like boy.
Like oi.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Loyal, 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 loyal. Moa, moa. Okay, I'll give you another one.
Yeah, loyal. Yeah, same here.
Moa.
Oh, sorry, it's the same one. It's sorry.
And you have to get the name yet. For
translate.
The last one. Moa. Check it. Now I don't trust myself with the triphthongs.
Trust me.
I trust your app. Mawa.
Ma, but ma is the ash or which sound is
Oh.
the first one? Ma. Ma.
I'm gonna mawa. Mawa.
Will be
Mawa.
O? No?
No. A.
Oh.
U. O.
Mawa. So all these diphthongs are different?
Yes.
Oh, this and this are the same. Awa. Mawa.
Our.
Yes.
So
Our.
this and this are the same then?
Yes. Our.
Mawa. So how many diphthongs do we have? 1, 2, 3. Triphthongs, sorry, triphthongs.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triphthongs.
No.
But no,
We're missing one, right?
only four. You miss one.
Only 4. Only 4.
4.
4.
So 24, 24, 24. Yes.
But look. I have Mauer in RP.
Yes.
The first one is a schwa in this app.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah, schwa, u, schwa. See,
Yeah, it makes sense because it's like the sound of phone, lower.
Mawa.
Moa. It's a weak neutral
Moa.
sound. Moa.
Mawa.
So
Or the other one is O. It's American. The British is that one.
But it doesn't mean it's British or American. Well,